disgusting. Ugh. It probably came on some rice biscuits I bought in Mexico. Don't buy
Maggots.
Maggots. Don't buy rice biscuits in Mexico.
2 days after we got married, Carla suggested we sell everything, buy a boat and set sail. A year later we did just that. In the Canaries we picked up our naked sailor, Dobby. This is our adventure. Since we arrived at Horta in the Azores archipelago, we have visited Madalena on Pico, the small harbour of Vallas on St. George, and today we arrive in Angra on the island of Terceira.
It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I found some, what's the name of them? I'm afraid of they crawling on me now. How do you call that thing?
They're grubs, aren't they?
I don't know. It's horrendous, disgusting. Ugh. It probably came on some rice biscuits I bought in Mexico. Don't buy
Maggots.
Maggots. Don't buy rice biscuits in Mexico. They were full in there, so now I have to clean up everything. I threw away a lot of stuff. Oh, this is disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Now I'm cleaning this with bleach.
There's one down there.
Where?
One here.
Here?
Yeah.
I want to do this because I want to move everything.
Angra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is easy to see why. The town is simply stunning and overlooked by the castle of Monte Brasil.
The sea is very, very dark.
Yep.
Because of the volcanic islands, isn't it? So the sand at the bottom, it's dark. But the water is very clear, very clear. If you see, you can see through, but it's just the bottom is dark. Would you live in the island in the middle of the Atlantic?
No.
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 Kinds of, it probably gives you like island fever, isn't it? Because it's nothing, there's nowhere to go. It's just you are 800 nautical miles away from land.
Well, you can go to another island.
Or you can go to another island, which is more of the same.
Yeah. After 20,000 nautical miles, the hull of Ocean Fox is looking a little dull. We have a lot of scuff marks and some chips in the gel coat from here in the Azores. We are going to repair the chips and bring the hull back to look like new. And so we're gonna grind these out and then fill them in and see what we can do. But also we're going to bring this back. I don't know whether you can see this little area here where there used to be a graphic on the side of the boat with the previous owner. Well, we didn't used to be able to see this. The rest of the hull used to be looking the same as this, so that's what we're going to do. Having given the hull a wash, I used 1500 wet and dry paper to burnish the gel coat. I then set about grinding the chips out into a dish cross section. You want to leave it just slightly proud. You don't want to. You've got to have something to rub down. You have to remember that. So you don't have to be particularly careful about it. Whack it on this a little bit there. I'll go and get some. Starting with 600 wet and dry paper, I rubbed the gel coat down, finishing off with 1000 and then 1500 papers. Here are the repairs. You can just see them actually because the gel coat isn't exactly the same colour, but actually they're pretty good, and you can actually see the boat shining again from here to here. This area needs to be done, and if you remember, we had a logo on here which has completely disappeared. I'm actually rather pleased with it. And this is the final result. Jeff and Paula, that live on their rather nice Leopard 56, asked us if we would like to go for a tour of the island. It was soon time to leave Terceira and head to our final destination in the Azores, Sao Miguel. The journey is 92 nautical miles and will take 16 hours. We leave in the night to arrive with the last of the daylight. So we're just over halfway to Sao Miguel, and it hasn't been a very easy journey really. The wind being first of all was a lot more on the nose than I was expecting, and we landed up motoring for a while, and then we had some squalls come through. By the time we got the reefs in, we had to take them back out again. So we were up and down, up and down. We just got one engine running now to help us along because it's just slightly too close to the wind to make the line. So it's been very choppy. So yeah, it's not hasn't been too pleasant. We've got about 42 miles left to run down to the waypoint. So we'll be there just before dark.
My normal state of seasick. Not good.
Again.
The sea is too bumpy.
second half of the journey has been a bit better actually. The sea state calmed down and the wind did stay up, and we were actually making very good progress. We're only doing 5.5 knots at the moment, but we were up around 7, 8, and we caught up a bit of time actually, so we should be in before dark. That's the most important.
Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video where we are in Terceira.
Yeah, you got it right. And what a beautiful little town that was as well, with the beautiful houses and then the castle overlooking at the top. Absolutely, I'm not surprised it's UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely. It was destroyed a few years ago by an earthquake, but it's been rebuilt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and beautifully.
We absolutely loved it there, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah. And we had a nice spot on the end of the hammerhead on the pontoon. And I set about doing the repairs to the side of the hull that we damaged in
Madalena, yeah.
in Pico.
Yeah.
And it did actually come out rather well. It's not a perfect colour match, but then I didn't have any choice on the colour.
But the sun will...
yeah, it'll blend in over a bit of time. But if you're actually more interested in how I did it, we're going to have another video coming out shortly saying how to repair your GRP dents. So I'm going to make a whole video of the process or the way that we do it. Not that I'm an expert and I'm learning, but
but it helps.
It did come out rather well.
Yeah,
I was very
very good,
pleased.
very good. It looks beautiful now.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a white boat again.
We've got the rest of the boat to polish, but we'll get around to that when it's out of the water. That'd be the best thing.
Yes, it is. And what else?
Well, we went for a tour, didn't we, with our new friends Jeff
and Paula.
Paula.
Yes, so they have a car. They are visiting the island here, like us.
Yeah.
They
Well,
rented
Paula's actually from the island.
She's from the island, but she left 20 years ago.
Yeah, and
so
Jeff's from
America,
Texas.
Yeah. So we went to see the furnace, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The landscape is beautiful on this island.
The landscape is absolutely stunning. And of course, you've got all these volcanic holes with venting holes
where they
up all
cook
over the
inside,
place.
which is amazing. Yeah, it is amazing, really.
It is.
Yeah. So
that was absolutely fantastic. We loved it. And then we set off on our crossing to come to Sao Miguel, where we are now.
Yeah, Ponta Delgada.
It wasn't great, was it?
No, it was terrible. I get seasick all the time now, so it's horrendous.
Yeah. So it was a bit more...
But it was choppy, wasn't it?
It was choppy.
Yeah.
And it was a bit more on the nose than we had anticipated. And at times we were right on the wind, and the wind would be blowing 30 knots, and then it would be back down to 5 knots. So it was all hands on deck, putting the reefs in, taking reefs out.
It was a busy journey.
And it was all a bit uncomfortable, really. Yeah. But we managed to get in in just under the sort of around the 17 hours, and we got in before it was dark, and that was the most important
that was what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yes, so
easier to leave in the dark than arrive in the dark.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So I look forward to telling you all about San Miguel next week.
Yeah, so thank you very much for following us. If you can please leave your comment below, we would love to go back to you. And if you can please subscribe to our channel, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye.